Hey, Justin here, welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. So we're well into autumn now, and temperatures are getting quite cool, especially at nights and during the day. Well, I'm still wearing a t-shirt, but I think it's about 15 degrees, so I don't want to stay out here for too long. But this is the time of year that the orchids are completing their growth cycles, so a lot of them are coming into bloom now, and yeah, I've got a couple to show you, so let's take a look. So first up, this is Cattleya Dupreana. This is the primary hybrid of paph and Warneri. Flowering this year with 2 flowers on a single spike. It does have 3 growth leads on it, so potentially if all 3 of them would flower it would be quite a nice show, but so far hasn't done that. This was an import from Luca Orchideen in Germany, and now you can see it's a pretty decent sized plant, but still kind of adapting itself. I did repot it this year, but it hasn't put out any new roots yet, so hopefully if it can do that, then get a bit better established, might get a bit better flowering next year. And well, over here we've still got the Paph philippinensis still going pretty strong with 3 blooms on it. This the variety Robelinii, which is the more compact form with the narrower leaves, if you can see that, not the wide leaves of the normal species. So this is regarded as a more compact growing form. And this little cutie here, which is just opening up, not fully open yet, but this is paph charlesworthii. It's a little miniature species, quite a comical species, I find, the colour combination and the shape, but I do like the fact that it's a miniature paph. I like to collect them, so this is a nice one, and not quite fully open yet. Out into the greenhouse now, and this is Cattleya manvilleriensis, bit of a mouthful. So that one is Mendelii by paph, and yeah, so I did repot it into this holy pot, I guess you could call it, and the growth this year is not as big as the growth last year, but it has established a root system, so I think hopefully it will come back well next year. And if we look at I've got a couple more paph. This one, Orchid Eros, it's just the straight species, clonal name Orchid Eros, and this one also doesn't look like the leaf this year is going to be as big as last year. It's very slow to get started this year, so yeah, not too sure what I'm doing wrong, but it's still got a pretty decent root system on it, so I think it will be okay. And then we got this one, which is a cerulean, kind of looking a bit mangy there, but it did put out a couple of new growths, and again, yeah, so I think this one I also repotted. So yeah, they do seem to be sensitive to repotting. Repotting can take a year or longer to recover, and I've got a lot of other Cattleyas there, as you can see. I've got a little collection of Cattleya purpuratas here. So this one is the Carnea, and this one is doing very well. The new growth is going to be bigger than the growth from last year, and this one was another recovery plant which was almost dead about 5 years ago, just tiny little growths, and I've brought it back slowly year by year, but yeah, so it's these I've got some more purpuratas here. So this is just yeah, these are all purpuratas basically. Oh, except for that one, which is Persevaliana. But this one is a pretty big one, purpurata. It's doing really well. So I think I've got the culture for purpurata pretty well sorted now. They seem to be enjoying it. They're more temperature tolerant than some of the other Cattleya species, so they do take the cooler temperatures a bit better. Here's another one. This is another Cattleya. You can see the growth, the new growth there. It's looking really good. So yeah, it seems like the conditions that I've got here are well suited for purpurata. Here's another one, vinicolor, Cattleya purpurata vinicolor. And where's the other one? Yeah, this one is Workhauserii, the slaty, greyish, bluish coloured flowers, also growing very well. So yeah, the purpuratas are at least a success story. Hopefully one day I'll get some blooms. Haven't had any yet. And over on this side, I've got all the little seedlings. Let's see if we can get a look at all the little seedlings there. And you can pull out one of them if I can find it, which is the Varshavicii. Since we're on that theme, here is Varshavicii, semi-alba by alba, little seedling, and this one is growing well. So at least this one was happy. It started growing early in the season, so yeah, it seems to be a little bit of a challenge to, I know a lot of people struggle with Varshavicii. It probably, the culture is a little bit different than most other Cattleyas, I'd say, but haven't quite figured it out yet. But yeah, hopefully this one, coming from being a seedling, hopefully it's going to take on and adapt itself to my conditions.